Long, long ago, literally 3 days long ago, in a place far, far away called Herrera Land, lived a young boy named D'Angelo. D'Angelo was a timid boy who loved to read books. He was very nice to all, but he only kept to himself. He did not have many friends. He read books to take him away from his reality. He read books on the stairs, on chairs, and even under nice shady trees. He especially loved to read books that discuss the amazing adventures of ancient civilizations. One day, as D'Angelo sat underneath a tree, there he found an old and mysterious book. When he opened the book, each page he flipped through was blank. All of a sudden, the wind blew, an apple fell on top of his head and put him under a nice small slumber. Little did D'Angelo know he would soon be living within the fairy tales of ancient civilization.
Where am I?
D'Angelo wakes in ancient Arce-Ramirez in the smoldering sands of Phoenix. There he sees the ancient pyramid and the mummy of King Tut. In his search for refuge, he leans against the tomb to only have a strange touch on his back shoulder.
Mommy!
Unable to run fast enough, he soon trips and falls in the sand to only wake up in peace.
Frightened chase, he wakes from his slumber, only to find he is now in the land of here. There he is treated to the lavish life of the Greek gods. As he lays in the lap of luxury, a Spartan soldier comes to attack. The journey is only beginning.
After being fearful of his life, he hears the chirping of crickets and calling of birds. He smells greenery and feels surprised. He is laying in the high-end jungles. As he turns to the left, he sees nothing but more jungle. But to his right, he finds an abundance of gold and treasures. As he begins to quickly place coins into his pockets, he hears the rumbling of bushes and then he sees a high-end native.
Ryan!
The girl shouts in her native language with her spear taking D'Angelo up the high ruin. Sadly, D'Angelo trips and falls on his journey to the top.
Down had knocked D'Angelo out, and he had hoped he would be returned to his lovely home in Herrera Land. But to his dismay, he was woken by loud shouting and cheering. The townspeople yelled and cheered, for their new savior had brought them gold to establish a new English civilization during the medieval ages. At that time, many people were starving. But now, with the new knight D'Angelo, they were able to build a new and strong kingdom. Until they found out,
This isn't gold, it's chocolate!
he was tried for treason, but before he could be executed, he went into a very, very small state.
By now, D'Angelo was exhausted and was really wanting to return home. All he could think of was that ridiculous old book and how it ruined his life. He was angry. As he awoke, he found himself seasick on a hiking cruise ship. He sat up and saw that the registrar was coming to take note of who belonged on the ship and who did not. He began to panic. He didn't know where to go or what to do. He had nowhere else to go, so he jumped.
Waking to the smell of fresh dumplings and the view of panda nature. He was clothed like an ancient samurai ninja. He did not care. He was starving by then. He ate all the dumplings he could fit into his mouth. His stomach began to ache, but there, somehow, he saw something afar. Samurai ninjas, ancient Herrera-Gyps, pre-Spartans, Hainan natives, English townsmen from the medieval period hiking. It was all the ancient civilizations coming back. They had all come to attack him and claim what was rightfully theirs. He took the book out of his pouch and threw it to the ground in form of a surrender. The civilizations surrounded him, and all he could do was curl up and...
I wish I was in Herrera Land. I wish I was in Herrera Land. I wish I was in Herrera Land.
Still wishing he could return to Herrera Land. He finds himself once again under the tree with the very book that had caused him so much trouble. And he took a deep breath and was glad to know he was happy to be home. He stood up and realized to himself that reading and focusing on educating himself and learning more was a good thing, but he also knew he had to appreciate the beautiful world around him and all the civilizations that came before him. He knew he was going to make Herrera Land a better place to where everyone could get along. He then began to hear some rattling. He looked behind, and what he had was special visitors.
Watch me, nay-nay. Now watch me whip. Watch me, nay-nay. Okay. Now watch me whip. Watch me, nay-nay.